I'm going to give you a basic picture in your head of what you're going to do with Code Interpreter. And I'm going to try to differentiate a little bit how you use it from how you use ChatGPT. Because you can do a lot of things with both of them, but Code Interpreter wraps some additional things around ChatGPT. And those things that it wraps around, it's really important that you kind of understand what they're doing for you. So the basic framework that I want you to remember and that will help you when you're working with Code Interpreter is to think about extract, transform, AI. It could be analyze, it could be a lot of things, and create. So basically, you can think of this as attack. Extract, transform, analyze, create, or extract, transform, AI, create. And probably AI is the more accurate one. But we're going to go through what each of these pieces means. But I want to differentiate a little bit what's different and what's new. Now, in the middle, this red part here that we're visualizing, this is really what ChatGPT could do originally. So you could always go and copy and paste text into ChatGPT and then have it do AI operations on it. It could analyze it. It could also do all kinds of other things. It could do transformations and analysis, and it could create new things in text, but not really, it couldn't go and like create a PowerPoint file for you, for example. Now you might be able to have it create some text that you could copy and paste out, but it couldn't directly do it for you. It couldn't automate that process. At the same time, you couldn't just go and upload documents and have it extract data out of them. You had to go and cut and paste and do things to get the data out, to extract the data out and put it into ChatGPT. So the real difference, one of the big differences, now there's many differences, but in your head, two of the key pieces to really take advantage of the power of Code Interpreter are to make sure that you're giving it and having it do extraction for you from documents and other things, and having it create products that you care about. So you don't want to be, having it do things and then copy and pasting out. Now you can do that, but it's much more powerful when you have it actually go and create things for you. Now, what does extraction look like? Let's talk about that first. Extraction is going and getting information or getting something that you need out of some document, file, or other thing that you upload. And it can use a variety of different formats, a variety of different types of media. You can do documents, you can do video, you can do audio, you can put in data sets like Excel, you can do imagery. And all of these things are places you may be pulling information out of, that you may be performing operations on them themselves. You may be trying to go and modify a video to make it short. You're going to extract some subset of it. Or maybe you're going to take a series of images out of that video. You're going to save them and then have it create a little animated GIF for you. All kinds of things can be done. So I went ahead and asked ChatGPT to think about, because remember what ChatGPT has is, it's like your code intern, right? And it can program a little bit, but it's got this restricted laptop that it's got access to that only has a subset of libraries. And so I asked it, given what's on your restricted environment, basically what are the Python libraries is the wording for this, basically, what can you do with the tools at hand? And so it gives us examples of things that it could go and do, like text extraction, so it can go and extract text from a document, metadata, so if you have documents that have all kinds of metadata in them, like when they were created, who the authors were, other things. They might be able to go and do other more complex operations. You can do things like frame extraction, give it a video and have it pull out certain frames, or doing object dissection. So it's actually got access to different computer vision libraries, so it can do some fascinating things with like detecting faces. So you might want to go and try to see what's there. Now, some of the things that it's told us in this list here, I don't think are actually true at this moment, but hopefully they'll get fixed. I'm pretty sure it can't do speech to text yet, but I could be wrong. But it can do different operations on audio files. And it can do other things, like you can give it an Excel file and extract what are the columns in here, what are other things in this Excel file. If you give it documents, sometimes it can go and find all the sections, all the individual pages. And then you can take images, obviously, and go and look for things with computer vision inside of them. So this is just a small subset of probably what's possible, but I want you to start thinking about, like, imagine it going and being able to take files and things and pull things out that you want to work with and try to do something with. So here's some examples of this. This is an example of what we call structured data. That's an Excel file, and an Excel file is structured data, meaning I've already sort of explained or labeled what the parts are. So if you have like you have data in some table that's structured where it's clearly labeled what the different pieces are, that would be like a structured format. And this is an example where it's going in and extracting column names from that structured data. It's telling me here's what's in that Excel file. Here's an example where I've given it a video and I've told it to go and extract a frame from the video. So that's another type of thing that we can go and extract. Here's an example where I've given it a PDF and I've asked it to extract each page of the PDF into a separate file. And so this is another type of extraction. And so a lot of times figuring out what we need to extract and how to specify it's going to be really important, particularly when we start working with larger and larger pieces of data or larger and larger sets of data. What we're going to have to do is figure out, how do I tell Code Interpreter to extract the things I need from it in a way that will scale up and work and that it can do something useful with.